There are a couple of things that I want to talk to you, joining our conversation about what my future plans are now that I am transitioning at Fox. I will tell you that part of my frustration is I am a businessman. I am fiercely independent. I have done an independent radio show since I was 13 years old. Pat knows when he worked with me, 20 years ago, how I am just an independent guy, and I have my own way of doing things. When I was over at CNN, Stu will tell you, I made the executives all the blood drain out of their face on day number one when I had the side of the camera open, and I'm like, no, wait a minute, show me how this works again, and I'm actually fiddling with the actual mechanics of the camera. I'm an independent guy, and part of the problem of being locked down to cable news, other than what I just said, is I'm locked to a certain city. I am locked to other people's time, not mine, and other people's money, not mine. Sometimes I want to spend more money. That's why some of the Fox people that work on the show have been paid by me. The research that we do, much of it, I paid for myself. If anybody thinks that I got rich off of Fox News, you're out of your mind. I spent a lot of money on that show because I believed in what I was saying. Radio has always been our most powerful vehicle. It was even at Fox. I have more here than we had at Fox. We have a better way to communicate. But because I feel pull in the nets and I have to tell another story, I knew that I also couldn't just create a vacuum. That's why last fall I created The Blaze. And you'll notice that The Blaze is not the Glenn Beck Blaze. You'll notice that I've hired really competent, people that have made the industry say, what the heck is he doing? I know exactly what I'm doing. It is a new era, and The Blaze is going to lead the way. But that is only one of the ventures. There will be no interruption between you and I as we start to ramp things up. If I left the show and it is up to Fox when I would leave the show, I will work for as long as they want. But when they're ready, I will transition off the show. If I'm not ready with things that I am going to be launching, I will tell you that I will have the bridge, and you and I will meet still every day at GlennBeck.com. Not going to charge anything. I will meet with you every day to make sure that you see the things that you need to see. But we're also going to be doing things looking for different audiences, younger audiences, comedy audiences as well. Everyone who thought that they had corralled us in one little space, look out, because we're about to saddle up and we're coming riding for you. Joe, it's a question and answer period at the end. I don't know if there's anything that anybody wants to ask. Or
I do. I have a question.
You have a question? Yes, Pat. Go ahead.
On the Insider Extreme that we play from time to time on the commercials, they keep showing this thing with you riding high in the saddle, like it went down to Texas and you were riding on a horse and you were dressed in cowboy boots. Hang on just a second.
Stu, what?
Why'd you do that?
What?
Why did I do what?
No, I'm asking you. Why are you so... Why do you have that look on your face? Why? Why?
The father disappointed in his son look?
Yes. Why?
Because I'm just curious as to what you are doing.
That's what I'm curious about. I want to know why you're dressed up as a cowboy.
No, that's
and riding around on a horse. That's exactly what I wanted to know too, Stu. Thank you for reinforcing that question.
Not the same question, actually.
See, I think you're asking about this thing, and Stu just keeps thinking that I'm going to announce that we're moving to Texas. Or the southern region.
Oh, that'd be a great announcement. I wish.
It would be.
I wish.
We do love
But I'm not making that announcement.
No, you're not.
No.
I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm not. Definitely not.
No.
And if that announcement ever came, it would come as a shock.
Oh, I'd be stunned, but
so anyway, that's
in a good way.
Not what he's asking.
No.
What he was asking was, why are you dressed? Why were you doing a photo shoot
on a ranch? She's not a ranch.
Why were you doing that?
You're not a ranch.
Why were you doing that?
You're like a city dweller.
May I answer that question, Stu?
Yes, you may answer the question.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Here's why. Do you know on a few episodes back we were talking about how there are ranchers and then there are cattle?
Yes,
okay.
I do remember
that.
Yeah, you went through a big cow period earlier this year where you talked about cows all the time. I remember that. Yes, you were talking about cattle.
That's not really what I was.
No, you were talking about cattle.
Talking about progressives were the ranchers, and they saw people as cows.
I do remember that. Right? It was right after the Nebuchadnezzar phase. Wasn't it?
You're not helping me.
I think it was
I'm about to turn on you too. So now let me ask you this.
Yes.
What is my favorite symbol or animal?
I would say
buffalo.
The buffalo.
Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Yes. You notice I have buffalo in my office.
Yes, I've seen that.
I have a lot of buffalo. Okay.
Yes.
Why do I like buffalo?
Because they look. Well, first of all,
traditionally American.
First of all, they graze for 18 hours a day.
Graze for 18 hours.
Let's get that right. They graze for 18 hours a day.
But they look like these slow, giant animals, and in reality, they can actually move really quickly and jump really high. And
nimble.
They can
surprise you.
They can go about. I think it's about 60 miles an hour. They can run about between 40 or 60 miles an hour. It's ridiculous for that animal. They are fast
for their size. Yeah.
They can jump 8 feet up into the air. A buffalo.
They'd make incredible defensive linemen.
Yes, you would. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Write that down. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about a new football team. That's a good idea. Just write that down.
That's another one of the ideas.
Okay, another idea. Right. Another business opportunity. Oh crap! I said it on the air. That's mine. That's my idea. You can't take it. So, they are incredible. They are incredibly nimble. They are incredibly fierce. Just don't piss them off. I don't see people as cows. I see Americans as buffalo. Mm-hmm. The American buffalo. Now, there might be some that want to pen cattle up. Mm. There are others that might want to saddle up and maybe knock a few fences down and free the buffalo. Mm-hmm. And let the buffalo roam where the buffalo roam.
Mm-hmm. Where the deer and the antelope play.
And the buffalo roam.
And seldom is heard a discouraging word.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That is fascinating.
Yeah. It is good.
No, it's very...
but you continue. Can you answer another question for me?
Yeah.
Why do you continue to avoid the real issue today? Why won't you talk about what's really going on with this transition? Why?
What is really going on?
Please. The loss, the hemorrhaging, the destruction that has happened in the last few months with your show, and the fact that there has been 347,932 sponsors that have left the show. Never again.
33, actually.
33 now.
Swizzle Sticks just dropped.
Swizzle Sticks.
I didn't know that.
I mean, a great American
we still have
advertiser.
Pickup sticks, don't we?
What do they spend?
For now.
What do they spend a year in advertising Swizzle Sticks? I mean, it's got to be astronomical.
Don't even get into it. What's your point?
You'll never hear this on your show again. Never.
Dry, lifeless hair can take the fun out of your life, but you can put it back with Thrill Cream. With Thrill Cream, a little dab will do you.
True.
It's gone.
It's true.
It's gone.
Life in dry hair and fun back into.
Do you remember how long you practiced the guitar so you could play it? So when I'd say life, and you could strum the guitar like that?
Yes.
That was.
Listen to this. You'll never get this again.
No.
Why?
Well,
they're boycotting.
No, but they'll be able to go. They'll be able to go back on now.
Oh, now you can.
Now. Yeah, now.
Well, when you finally get off.
Yeah, well.
You know,
there you go.
The other thing is, remember the GMA report we played earlier today?
Beck and Fox News have announced that they are parting ways. John Berman joins us with that story. And John, they're trying to make this seem like a friendly divorce.
This is clearly a marriage that went sour, George. Falling ratings, fleeing advertising.
This is clearly something that's gone negative. This marriage has broken up.
What is with this dude's voice?
Katharine Hepburn did the report, apparently.
This is clearly a divorce that has gone sour.
What is that?
There's a line of hers from on Golden Pond bet you could do that well.
You old poop.
Yes, that's it. Anyway, the falling ratings, I love the graphic as he's saying this. The falling ratings and advertisers fleeing the show. They've got this graphic with this giant red arrow heading down. And then next to it, it says 2.7 million viewers 2010, 1.9 million viewers 2011. 30% drop. It's a 30% drop for the falling ratings. This just plummeting. No one can even see that they're so low.
Whatever.
He's got no. Okay, so they make it look. This deception just has to stop. Okay, it's hacking me off. The deception must stop. We didn't have an average of 2.7 million viewers in 2010.
No.
We averaged 2.2 million viewers in 2010. Mm-hmm. We average about that now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and 2.7, they're quoting the time of the healthcare debate.
The healthcare debate.
Every show on Fox exploded,
including ours.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe especially ours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
And it was also the month. It was also the month of the highest rated show we ever did.
Yep.
Which is the communist.
Was that the communist
show.
special?
It was the communist special. It was the highest rated show we ever did.
And we have over 3 million viewers that night.
Yeah.
3.5 or something.
Doesn't
like
matter.
That.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it does
matter. It does matter.
These people are
does matter.
Now, you know what? I'll even give a break too. You've got the partisan hacks of the world. You've got the bloggers who think they know the stuff. Mm-hmm. Someone in television at Good Morning America knows they're lying. They know it.
Guys,
and they're doing it on purpose.
This is not news. It is why we're getting out of news because it's a cesspool. It is a cesspool. It is, when we were hiring for the Blaze, the thing that I have instructed is do not pull apples from the barrel. I know what you...
Don't pull apples
from the barrel. Do not pull apples from the barrel.
Is that because one bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl? So you just leave the apples in the barrel, or
no? You go pick them from the tree.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
okay. All right.
We're picking them from
where
the tree.
Where they grow.
It was an analogy.
I have people.
Nice.
I have people working for us now that have not done news their whole life. They're They get their journalist degrees, but they haven't. This is their first job, and it's amazing how they'll find things that seasoned journalists with a thick Rolodex and of course, every important journalist, every important newsmaker in the world on that Rolodex. It's amazing what they can find that those people can't. I really, truly believe one of the things that crossed my mind here over the last few months has been, as I thought about, do I leave or do I not? I knew the answer, yes. But as I would get close to saying it, every alarm bell would ring in me and say, no, wait, but you'll lose your access. You'll lose this. You'll lose the platform. You'll lose that. You know. And I realized, I finally came to the conclusion, it didn't take me very long, a couple of days. I finally came to the conclusion, if I don't leave now, I lose my soul. Because if I am fighting now, how long are you in this business? How do these people do it? Because right now, I'm not willing to compromise anything, and I've not been asked to compromise anything. But when you start to need it, want it, have to have it, addicted to it, it is intoxicating. The success that we have had is intoxicating. I'm an alcoholic. I don't want any intoxicants in my life. I think I am very fortunate because I showed up on the scene and I didn't have to go through all of the steps to get there. I didn't deserve the job. I didn't do all the hard work to get there that others had. But I also didn't have to sit with the consultants all the time. I hired Joel Cheatwood, an executive vice president, to come work for me at Mercury. That was announced yesterday as well. This is the guy. The reason why I hired him is because he was my first consultant. And he said to me the best advice anybody's ever given to me. We were 30 days into the CNN deal, and it was awful. The show was awful. And I had just completed a really awful show in an awful series of shows. And he said to me, he called me up into his office. He said, what happened in today's show? And I said, I just couldn't connect with it. He said, listen to me. You have the best gut of anybody I've ever seen in television. Never go against your gut. If it means you stop the whole show in production, you stop it and scrap the whole show. You follow your gut. That was the turning point. The ratings started to